Hi everyone, thought I would do my 10 tips for cannabis newbies. Number one, do your research when researching a medical cannabis clinic. They vary wildly according to price, according to quality of service. Some do discounts for people on benefits, some don't. We even have one clinic at the moment that price hikes the price of flour to 70%. So it's really worth having a good read of reviews, patient reviews. Just basically seeing which clinic fits you best. Number two is go low and slow. When you're new to cannabis, you don't know what to expect and you don't know whether a strain is a creeper, like a strain that kicks in gradually, or whether it is a strain that hits you straight away. So you want to go low and slow. So with your vape, you want to take one toke and put it down, and just sit with yourself for a minute or two, a few minutes, and just see how you feel before you take that second toke. We've all done it. We've all over medicated when we're new to cannabis, and it can be a bit of an unusual sensation when you're not used to feeling medicated, or you're not used to feeling euphoria, or it may be producing vapor for a few minutes, but don't worry about that. The most important thing is to build your tolerance up slowly and to gently get yourself used to levels of THC in your system. And this takes time. This isn't something that you can do really quickly, so don't rush the process. Tip number three is start with a balanced strain. Balanced strain means that there is a lower amount of THC and it is balanced with CBD, so it will have a almost equal ratio of THC to CBD, so like 10% CBD, 10% THC. And also some people do find that the CBD helps to sort of temper the euphoria a little bit. And if you don't want to get a balanced strain, then tip number four is to mix some CBD flower in with your dose. So you could mix 3/4 of a higher THC strain in with CBD flower, or whatever ratio you want to experience. But that helps you to just build up your tolerance slowly, and you're in control of the amount of THC that you're vaping, because you can sort of titrate it up or down depending on what you need and how you're feeling. Tip number five is to microdose. These are called dosing capsules. They're little metal pods. Most of the vape companies do these. This is the one for the Mighty Plus that I have, and these are really good because you can control the amount that you're putting in there without weighing it, and control the dose. And it also means that you can clean it really easily as well. These are great because they don't make your vape nearly as dirty. A microdose could be like a half dose. You could just put half the amount of flour in and vape that, and then build it up as you get more used to THC. Tip number six is keep a diary to chart how the different strains are affecting you, and also to do your research on which terpenes are good for your conditions, and to keep a diary to see which terpenes help. So the terpenes are the aromatic compounds that are in plants, and it's the compounds that give plants its scent, but they also have medicinal qualities as well. And for example, linalool is a floral terpene that is in lavender, and it's also in some strains of cannabis, and it can be really calming, anti-anxiety. Number seven, Bud Wiki is your friend. This is the website that most of us use to have a look to see what's in stock, because not all clinics provide up-to-date stock unless you ask them for it. a lot of brands don't provide much information really for patients, and Bud Wiki is the one-stop shop to show what flower is available, what other products are available. It's also got lots of it's got lots of information about the terpenes that are in the strains, and it's got lots of other information about all the clinics and the clinic prices as well. So yes, Bud Wiki is a great resource for patients. Tip number 8 is use 99% isopropyl alcohol to clean your vape and your dosing capsules. I reuse it until the alcohol is looking quite brown, or until the alcohol stops dissolving the oils so much, and then I'll buy a new batch. But you can reuse it a number of times, so it doesn't work out very expensive. And also with the isopropyl alcohol, you don't want to be leaving your components of your vape for too long. You can get away with leaving the dosing capsules in a lot longer, but you don't want to leave the cooling unit in for more than half an hour in the alcohol, because you don't want it to dissolve the components. Tip number 9 is to buy a second cooling unit for your Mighty or your Crafty. This is the cooling unit, and it's really, really good to have a second, because then you won't be waiting for it to dry for hours, and you'll be able to clean one and put a new one on. You've got your vape available to use whenever you need it. Tip number 10 is take your flower out in the original container, and also make sure you carry a copy of your prescription. Some clinics do paper prescriptions and some don't, so I always carry a paper prescription because my clinic does provide them, but you can pin it to your phone if you've got a digital one. And any clinic letters as well, like if you've got any travel letters or in-depth clinic letters that state what your usage is and stuff like that, then pin that to your phone as well, or download it to your phone. And then I also pin to my phone the guidance that Guy Coxall from Cedar Future wrote, which is guidance for the Equality Act 2010 in relation to medical cannabis. So I pin that, and I also pin the .gov legislation info for medical cannabis. And then my last tip, which is my bonus tip, is to reach out to the community with any questions that you've got. We have got a very varied community. There's Reddit medical cannabis groups, there's Facebook medical cannabis groups, there's the MCPA, which I'm part of. We run online vape and chills and weekly patient meetings. So there's lots of different places to go to. We've got YouTube as well, and there's lots of medical cannabis YouTubers as well. So reach out, ask questions. Please don't feel shame for being a new patient, and really do not let anybody shame you for being a patient that hasn't used black market cannabis, or has only just found medical cannabis. We all started from somewhere. We all have different walks of life, so no one should be shaming anyone. So please don't feel like any question is a stupid question. Just reach out, and there's a lot of very helpful people that will be more than happy to answer any questions and point you in the right direction. Anyway, I hope that helps, and I just thought I'd compile this because there wasn't anything like this when I was new, so I thought it would be handy to share some of my top tips.